Ahmed Salim is a street vendor who sells his goods in downtown Cairo, close to Tahrir Square. Like most sellers and shop owners in the area, he has been affected by recent demonstrations and expects the 30th of June to be nothing different.
I'm not working on the 30th because people are afraid to come during demonstrations. They are saving their money for food and other basic goods. It happens every time there are protests.
Though the rebel demonstrations are still a few days away, the economic effects have already been felt in other sectors too. According to government figures, tourism witnessed around 60% cancellation of trips to Cairo and Alexandria, cities that usually host the largest demonstrations. On the other hand, banks and financial institutions will not close on that day, except ATMs, which will be out of work to avoid lootings. The stock market index fell by 11% and losses reached $3 billion in the last week alone due to mass sellings by shareholders who fear the worst next week.
The stock market will open its door unless the situation turns violent. As a precautionary measure, we will suspend trading for an hour if shares fall by 2%, not the usual 5%. Trading will continue unless there is violence. We are monitoring with banks. If they close, we will too.
Meanwhile, citizens are stocking up on basic household necessities in preparation for prolonged protests or violence.
There could be shortage of food next week, so we have to be ready with stocks, food, water and batteries for electricity cutouts.
Some traders are abusing the people by increasing prices this week. We are helpless in the middle of corrupted politics and greedy traders.
The government has stepped in to allay the people's fears by announcing extensive security measures on Sunday to protect public property and commercial areas. It will also provide extra supplies of basic goods and necessities to the markets to make up for any expected shortages next week. Egyptians are anxiously awaiting the events on the 30th of June. And even for shop owners here who are pro-demonstrations, they are hoping it passes peacefully without any violence so not to affect their businesses. This is Yasser Hakim for CCTV, Cairo.